Good morning, everyone. It's Yvonne back to do your bonus read. I always feel like something always happens between the What's Cracking read and the bonus read. I don't know about you guys. I'm really acutely aware of certain things. And when I say acutely aware, when a change is made, I pick up on it very quickly. I may not always understand why something has changed, but I'll always acknowledge the change. I love change. But lately, all of the things I use for the readings, like YouTube and a couple of the other apps and things that I use, every time I go into them, something's changed and I can see it. And it sort of like throws me just for a little second. And I think it's sort of indicative of how life is. But there's some things on YouTube, they keep changing things on YouTube, and they're only little tiny changes, like maybe a highlight on something that wasn't there before, the way they're doing things. And it's such a good medium for, sharing. Obviously, we wouldn't have the opportunity to do this without YouTube. So in that regard, it's amazing how much work they really do. But I noticed this morning a couple of things had changed. And I went, okay, maybe I just haven't noticed that they've changed those things, from before. But they have. I know it wasn't the same before. But then I start to question. Am I going a little bit stir crazy? But I get why they've done it. Sometimes, it's really hard to see things, or really hard to see where prompts and buttons are. And they're sort of flipping them around and changing them. How very interesting. Knight of Pentacles has just flipped out on me here. And he was the first card that came out. It was the first card that came out in the What's Cracking reading. So we might get a little bit of a continuation or repeat reading here. Spirit asked me to use the Gilded Tarot for this reading. I always know when I get pushed to use a certain deck that it's because of some sort of message or image that needs to come through. So I was just having a chuckle to myself thinking, when you've been on something a long time, and I'm coming up for my 2-year birthday in, I think it's early August, which has been such a fabulous journey, but flown, fully dooly, like doesn't time just go? It's like, if you don't get it done now, it's like a year later. It's crazy, but loving the journey. All right. Feeling a lot of love in these cards this morning. It's making my tummy flip and my heart skip a beat. So something is going on in that department today. All right. 10 of Wands coming through. So the 10 of Wands is a card of coming to the end of a cycle. It's very much a card of you can't carry this around any longer. Whatever you've had, whatever, this can be the energy of, worries, concerns. You could have been continuously dealing with a person. I see the moon in the back of this card that is fully at full. So this could be something that's going to fall on a full moon. But it feels to me like either information has come in, or you're gaining some sort of awareness here about this problem, issue, weight that you've been carrying around for a long time, and it's time to let it go. If for some of you, this could be, like core beliefs. It could be ways of doing things. It could be people who are draining your energy. But there's a very, very strong feeling now that it's time for you to maybe receive some sort of message from Spirit about just putting this burden down and moving forward. Oh, of course, that had to come out now. Okay, so what I want to say to you is some of you are not putting this burden down. Some of you are hanging on to this burden, and you're walking around with this weight on your back, and you would know because your back will be sore. You'll be tired all the time. You'll be struggling to move through, a day or your life or whatever else because of all these worries and troubles. It's done. Because what happens is, I always say, is the universe only pokes you so many times, and if you're not listening, in comes the tower. I have a feeling for some of you, you may not have taken time off work for a long time. It could be you haven't had a holiday, you haven't had a break, and you just keep working. And then all of a sudden there's this like power moment when you're forced to take a break. The Tower can talk about breaking down of old ideas, releasing old energies. It can be an epiphany moment. It can be something a lot more sort of sudden. You know, it's sort of, you may have lived in your house a long time. You may hate the place you live in, and you've thought about moving 1,000 times and you don't do it. So the universe sends somebody in to say that they want to sell the house. But there's something here that's coming in as a bit of a sudden thing. Now, for many of you, as I find with this energy, for many of you, it's epiphany moments. It's that realization that something has to stop, something has to go. You need to move on and you need to release whatever energy is here. And perhaps sort of, you know, accept that you're going to be thrown from this tower. All right, so that creates a lot of worry and stress, which understandably so. So it may be now that you're sort of thinking, you know, now this has come in, now this has changed. What direction do I want to go in? What do I want in my life? And you're becoming very bound up in your thoughts. Now, for some of you here, I feel like even though this realization and this weight of the world has come in, to say to you, you need to let it go now. There's a fear here, and I can feel it, that letting go of this actually may be subconscious, but the thought of not knowing what it is, or if you know, the thought of letting it go brings up fear within you because it's going to change something. And maybe for some of you, this idea of changing it or letting something go may be quite scary. You know, for example, you've been hating your job for a while. You're carrying the weight of your job around with you. Don't want to do the job. I want to move on. I've had enough. So the universe comes in and sends in something here to say, you can no longer do this job. You've been, you know, we're moving on. We're restructuring. You get in a horrible manager. Whatever it is, it's like, there it is, right in front of you. We've been telling you for ages to go. You're not listening. The job has done its part. It's part of your journey. It's done. So that comes in. And then, of course, the worry comes in. Well, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? What am I going to get in the way of a job? Okay. And there's going to be some pain and hurt here because you have to let something go. And none of us really like to do that. For some of you, this may be a marital situation too. I want to say to you, I think that for some of you, you may want to walk away from a relationship or a marriage that's creating a lot of pain for you, but the thought of moving away is just as painful as staying. The thing is, when the tower comes in, you can't do it any longer. There's a lot of pain here that needs to be resolved. So I want to say to you here, with this death card coming through, there's a really strong feeling of codependency here, of fear. Great fear about doing something new, doing something different. The fear of letting go, the fear of facing something new. This is all coming through with this devil card. Just the absolute fear. So you've become attached to something. And the very fact that this is going to be taken out of your life now actually makes you feel quite scared. Because the thought of doing something alone, doing something different, going in a different direction might be quite scary. Okay, so here we are fighting against the universe, which has come up so often lately. So some of you are going to fight this energy. What a waste of time that will be. Because the universe has, at the end of the day, the universe has that control. We can fight all we like. We can struggle, we can, you know, kick back, we can do whatever we like, but at the end of the day, the universe is saying this situation, this relationship, this job, whatever it is for you is done. It's gone, it's finished. No matter how much you fight against it, we are removing it from your life, and we will find some way to make sure that you move forward. This door is open for you. This is why they asked me to use this deck. This door is open for you. It's ready for you to go step into a new life or a new job or a new situation, new relationship. But you can't keep fighting against it. You can't do it. It's impossible. I'm so excited to look at the next card. So for some of you, it could be a choice in love. This could be a choice of direction in which way to go in a love. So with some of you with that 3 of Swords card, this is going to be a really long reading here. This could be a choice of lovers. Could be that you've had a marriage that's broken down that wasn't very good, that you've been struggling with for a long time. But there's a definite choice here. And I want to keep going. Okay, so the Hermit card's here. I don't normally do this, but the story is just really intense and I'm excited about it. This is the card of the Hermit. So this is about going inside, then trying to face the changes that have happened. Maybe you're doing a little bit of healing here. Oh, good, it's raining. Excellent, I don't have to water the trees today. This is about, you know, really understanding the direction you want to go in, what you've got to look forward to, facing a future, and rebirth. Oh, love it. Oh, I love doing this. So you're going to experience a rebirth, all right? I can leave it there because that's sort of like the story's told. So for some of you, this is complete rebirth, which is absolutely beautiful because it means that you are clearing from your life the things that really aren't serving you anymore and you're moving into new times. Love it. I know I'll have lots of comments on this today. All right, so we have the Queen of Cups coming through. So for some of you, you may be dealing with a mother figure. It may be a family thing. It could be somebody you have in your life here who is very significant in your journey. So it could be mother, it could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, someone's let me just put another card down. I have this feeling here. Someone's feeling very abundant and full of love here. So maybe for some of you, you're going to accept this change, even if it feels really very powerful and very overwhelming at the time. There's, for some of you, I feel that this may be a divorce or a settlement, walking away from a relationship that is really traumatic, because you're walking into your abundance here. This energy of the Queen of Cups is very, very loving, very kind, very generous. And she's holding a cup for you here. She's holding a cup to welcome you in. There is a feeling here with this Ten of Pentacles, though, that you're walking into some sort of abundance here. So maybe while walking away from the situation you're in, you're going to open up your heart again and you're going to welcome in some sort of abundant energy. All right, so we've got the Seven of Pentacles. We're sort of planning towards the future, definitely, with the Three of Wands. Future focused, very future focused. Really trying to see ahead, working out what you want, planting seeds for the future. But you're moving forwards now. You must have been stuck for a long time. And you're bringing in this beautiful stability here. For some of you, this will be walking from one relationship into another for great happiness. Oh, look at that. Can't deny that, can I? Two of Cups coming through. And the Eight of Wands. Something changing very, very quickly. So for some of you, you're giving something away here in order to embrace something new. How exciting. You are just filled with this love, with this abundance. Something you've left behind has really opened you up for something new here. Whatever this is for you, whatever this challenge has been, I want to say that you are just absolutely feeling, and that's what I felt when I shuffled the cards at the beginning, this feeling of absolute, I can't even explain it. It's like it takes your breath away and makes your heart pump. It really fills you with this elation. That's what I'm looking for. Elation. That's how you feel. Okay, so there's an offer here with the Knight of Swords. Somebody has walked away from something that was not emotionally fulfilling them. This is such a beautiful reading for somebody here. Letting go of something that's created so much pain, trauma, and upset in your life to walk towards your dreams and your happiness. All right, last card, Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so some of you may be dealing with a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo here. Walking away from somebody, walking towards new love for some of you. For others of you here, there's a new job on offer. There's a new opportunity coming into you via this person. But letting go of the past, it's like you've released energy that really is not serving your greater good. And I feel that this has been going on for a very long time, and you're tired and you're exhausted and you're ready to put the burden down. So let's have a look again at what's going on. Ready to put some sort of burden down here. I feel like the universe has stepped in here. I feel that there is no choice now. This has to go. You could have been working towards this for a while too, maybe planning, whatever, and now it's sort of ready to go. It's cooked. I feel like there's a lot of stress and anxiety about the future because you've been in something for such a long time. You may have adapted, you may have accepted it, you may have thought that was going to last forever. Whatever this is, job, relationship, situation, maybe the home you live in, whatever it is scary moving into new things. I do feel for some of you this is heartbreak, but I also feel that you may be walking away from one relationship to move towards something new. This feeling of codependency, finally being able to release something that you've been codependent on or dependent on for such a long time, it is a bit scary. Some of you will continue to fight this, but it's fruitless. It's just not going to, it's not going to work for you. The universe has already got the new door open. You're ready to move through it. Again, for some of you, this could be a love situation. It could be a choice between two people, but there's somebody here waiting for you with the Lover's card. I feel with the Hermit card, this will be a time of great healing, of really understanding what you want in your life, understanding that you've got to get this lifetime right. This is what it's all about, you know, the opportunity to have your happiness and your joy within this lifetime. Rebirth. The story here in itself was absolutely beautiful, but moving into a new time with this new energy of being able to do what you want to do, being able to perhaps let go of things that haven't served you. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love it. Okay, so we have the card of the Dream Walker coming through here, and it's about dreams, the collective good, and illusions. So I'm reading for a lot of people here who are going to relate to this reading this morning. And if it isn't you, you may be the person waiting, but you might also be the person walking away from something. When the Dream Walker is your ally, dreams really can and do come true. Still, there are two kinds, those of the small self and those of the divine. Spirit has a dream for you that is yours alone, and all you need to do is ask and it will unfold like magic. You will also play an important and unique part in the divine dreaming of the world. When you ask, is this the dream for me, that serves the greater dream, the most beautiful vision for your life serves the highest good for others too. Just the act of asking will immediately provide the answer. The Dream Walker is beside you to help you more effortlessly through the illusions, observing the truth and celebrating the waking dream of your life that results. Holy dooly, guys, that is just amazing. Have a wonderful weekend.